everyone, today is super grey and raining and I'm looking out my window being so glad I don't have to be outside because it's really miserable. But what's not really miserable is the new box from the Lingerie Society. So this is the April box and it's just arrived, so I'm going to jump in and open it up. But first things first, it comes in a new box, which is very cute. So it's a little compact pink little box. So it's looking very sweet. So can't wait to open it up and see what happens. Ooh, fancy. I always love how everything's always packaged, so it looks like you've given yourself a little present. So here's all the contents. I hope you can actually see that. It's always a little bit tricky to try and line up the cameras. So I'm going to dive straight in and see what is happening. So as I'm unpacking, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Everything we do here for Measure Twice, Cut Once, to know all about what's coming up, just if you can subscribe to the channel, it helps us know what you like and gets the word out to more people. So that's a really awesome thing you can do, and it doesn't cost anything, which is fantastic. All right, I'm just going straight in. So first up, we have a little red 3-hook and eye. Always super cool that we've included one of those, because then I just don't have to go find a matching one each time. And again, apologies if you can actually hear the rain. It's getting heavier. So yeah, that's going to be fun. We've got some bra casing, and I think it looks like everything this month might be specially hand dyed for the Lingerie Society. It looks really pretty. It's sort of this crimsony watermelon kind of color, because it's not quite red but it's not quite pink, and it's just really cool. So beautiful casing as always, nice and smooth and soft. Plush side goes on towards your body, flat side goes on towards the actual bra, so this is the wrong side. And I've been reminding people that your underwire actually goes inside the casing, so it's like a little tube, and you slide your underwire actually in, because some people have been like, oh, I didn't know that happened. So it's a great way to make your bras more comfortable and obviously keep your underwires in. The other way to keep your underwires in is to hand wash your bras and to not put them through the washing machine. If you do have to put them through the washing machine, always use a lingerie bag or a bra bag, because otherwise your underwires are just going to poke straight on out there, because washing machines don't really like wire. Okay, enough about washing though. Exciting things like extra plush elastic. So plush back elastic, so plush on one side, plain on the other, and then just the little decorative picot edge. This one's very soft feeling but quite strong, so really good for underbusts, or maybe like tops of waistbands of knickers or boxers, anything where you need a little bit more strength. And as I mentioned in last month's one, we use different elastics for different strength ratings, basically around the body and for different fits. So I might do a different video about that at a certain time about elastics, but for now I try and explain it as we go through. So good underbust elastic in a kind of beigey kind of color. I'm not really sure what we're going to call this kind of color, but it's very pretty. So we have some strapping elastic. It is really kind of lovely. It's like almost like a mink kind of colour. This silvery, beigey grey colour. It's really nice. Strapping, you can almost always tell because it's got a nice sheen to it and slightly matte on the underside. It's also a stronger style of elastic, so it has more strength to it. So you need that for your straps because it will stop them slipping around. You also should have it so that your straps aren't holding the entire weight of your bra. So if you're getting a lot of shoulder pain or your straps are digging in a lot, perhaps maybe look at using a different size or a different style of bra, because your straps shouldn't be carrying the weight of you, because it's not great for your shoulders basically, or your back. Okay, next style of elastics, a really cute picot elastic. I'm going to undo this one because I love the little edging on this. It's super frilly. It's really cute. Lots of little edging. It's got a lighter amount of elasticity to it, a lighter amount of strength. So really good for edges of cups, edges of knickers, edges of slips and necklines. Anywhere where you can show off this cute little edge that doesn't need a lot of strength or a lot of stability to it. So really cute. And again, it's in this kind of red kind of watermelon. I don't know, is dark watermelon a thing? I'm really going to have to figure out a better name for this colour, but lots of ones for that. And then we have some Foldover elastic. And this one, again, because it's such a grey day, my colours aren't showing up as true as possible. So I'm trying to hold them up into the lights as much as possible. This one actually looks like it's almost the palest of pale, like blush pinks mixed with like a little bit of taupe. So it's like a pinky brown kind of colour. It's still more pink than my very pale skin tone. So it's not that kind of, you know, white pink kind of skin tone. It's just very pale and very pink, like a little blush. It's really nice. But as always, beautiful Foldover elastic. And keep an eye out for videos on how to apply the Foldover. They'll be coming up to the channel either very soon or possibly even on by the time this one has gone on. Okay, trying to decide, do I open up the big amounts of fabric or do I go for the laces? I think I'm going to go with the big ones and then save the pretty laces for the end. Alright, so we have some lovely red slinky fabric. So maybe like 1/2 meter wide, followed by, oh gosh, it keeps going, nearly the width of the fabric. Hang on, I'm just going to try and see if I can fold this out. It's not going to fit on screen, but it's more than 150 centimeters wide because it's bigger than my arm span. So if quick, handy, weird segue, if you ever need to know the width of something and you know how tall you are, your arm span is normally your width. Your arm span is normally your height. So completely weird thing, but sometimes comes in handy when you're trying to measure out fabrics, when you know. So that's kind of good. Anyway, back to the fabric. It's a really nice slinky jersey. Good amount of stretch in both directions. One direction is very smooth. When you pull the other direction, you can slightly see the ribbing of the actual fabric, but just really smooth, very nice. Great for no-show underwear or just really smooth pieces that will hide away underneath other garments. It's really pretty, nice and smooth. Okay, I've only got a small space on my desk, so I have to keep folding everything up so that it all actually fits. Okay, we also have a dark tea coffee kind of colour for our actual bra lining, our bra mesh, and it's quite a really big section of it this month as well, like really big pieces. On a really quick calculation, this would probably do about 3 bras for me. Maybe would depend on the exact shapes that I chose, but it'd be pretty close to that. So with your actual bra mesh, you'll feel one side has a slight ridging to it and one side is very smooth. I always try and cut pairs of things so that the smooth side can be closest to my skin and the ridge side I treat as the underside or the inside of the fabric. So it's not a huge amount of difference, but it's just that little amount of difference. And if you are particularly sensitive, feeling in your skin, or you've got perhaps a lot of seams in your garment, it's a really nice way to just add a little bit more smoothness to your garment to make sure of that. So again, really nice big piece of bra mesh and lining for you there. Okay. And then underneath that one, we've got some power mesh. And it's in this really lovely reddy colour. I really do like this colour. It's really pretty. I hope it's showing up because it's not red and it's not watermelon. It's kind of like a blend of the two. So it's like a pinky kind of red. I wanted to say crimson then, but it doesn't have enough blue in the tone for that. But it's really lovely. Again, nice, strong power mesh. and I often remind people that when you're cutting your power mesh, you want your brick structure to remain as bricks. Don't cut it the other direction so that they go to hexagons. When you cut it as a hexagon, it's less strength. So when we're using it for things like backs of bras, or if you're using it to make compressive or shaping pieces, you lose a lot of that compressive shaping kind of thing to it if you cut it the other direction. So always do try and keep it as a brick-like construction. So nice big piece of that. Okay. Wow, so many big pieces this month. Okay, and then our next one is all rolled up. It feels super smooth. It's a Jacquard, so it's got a like pattern woven into the fabric. So I'm going to unroll it, so hopefully I can show you that. I've got multiple ring lights on today to try and counter the grey day, but sometimes it means they blow the colour in the light patterns out a little bit. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Okay, so you can sort of see it. It's like an ever so subtle kind of animal print almost, but not full on, like really quite subtle. So it's cream, and again, looks like we've got about 1/2 metre by the full width of the fabric, because I have two selvages. And again, it's just on 150 centimetres wide, so 50 centimetres by 150. But that really nice kind of smoothness on one side, and the other side's slightly rougher, but like we're talking minuscule amounts. It is really quite small difference. It feels like a polyester, because it's possibly, yeah, I think it's poly. But yeah, really lovely. And I kind of like this subtle kind of pattern to it as well. I think it would work out quite sophisticated looking with a bit of a difference to it, which is kind of cute in the cream colour. Anytime you get the bigger woven pieces, they're really good for any kind of woven knicker or a tap knicker, even a slip. If you're very sneaky with your cutting, you could piece them together and make a cami top, or potentially even a slip if you could piece it with some other pieces, which might take a little bit of pattern hacking, but I think it would be very cute. Alright, so that's all of the kind of fabrics and elastics, and now I can dive into the beautiful bundle of laces. I'm just going to try and see if I can undo it. Hopefully it won't be as much of a disaster as me undoing things in last month's box, where I couldn't actually undo it at all and got all flustered. And have you been making up all of your boxes? Don't forget, if you have been making up anything, you can always drop a note down below in the comments and show me what you've been making. Love to see what everyone else has been making up. I feel like my Instagram feed is getting more and more lingerie maker based. So you can find me on Instagram at _measuretwice as well. Alright, so I've opened up and I've got some nice shiny gold hardware. So I've got some adjusters and some O-rings. Really nice quality, nice big kind of shapes and pieces. It actually had a really beautiful little love heart charm to it, which I've managed to drop on the floor out of arm's reach while I'm filming. So I will show that. I'll add a picture somewhere along the line where you can actually see the really cute little heart charm as well. Okay. Alright, so I've also got a really pretty little embroidered motif, which has little beads and sequins on it as well. It's hand dyed in this kind of latte, kind of coffee kind of colour. It's really pretty. I've used these from some of the other boxes on cups, or actually really like using them on knickers, because I quite often wear a dress with a big skirt. You can have more decorative elements because it's not going to show up because your skirt's not tight. So yeah, sometimes that's a great way to use them up as well, but it's very sweet. Alright, and then we have some laces. So these ones all perfectly match in colour. So I'm guessing they're all hand dyed for the Lingerie Society. I must ask and see if it is. So we have a lovely lace which has eyelashing on both edges. So one edge is straight and the other is scalloped. It's really smooth and has the heavier cording you can just see here is you can actually feel it. It's slightly ridged as cording should be. It's really pretty. It's very soft. So anytime you get like a narrow kind of lace, it's great for the edges of cups or the edges of knickers. There's some great styles where they piece them together as well for different things. But yeah, really cute kind of scallop and straight. It's a nice difference of a type of lace to have. And then again in the same color, we have a wider lace with a double scallop edge. No, it's got no stretch one direction and a little bit of stretch the other direction. And again, all of the cording pieces are slightly raised feeling. And then the beautiful eyelashing along the side as well. It's really pretty. It's so light, it's like a little cloud. It's really pretty. I love eyelashing lace. I was recently teaching a bra class at Bobbin and Ink, and someone was saying how much they hate eyelashing because they feel like it itches them, and I was like, oh, give it all to me because I really like it. It's just one of those things, I just really like the style of it. So lace like this, great for cups, and you'll quite often see really beautiful pieces cut where they actually have it coming down the torso with the actual eyelashing. So when they have cut the underband lace, instead of just making it straight with an elastic, they've actually followed the scallop so that the scallops come down, which is really cute and really beautiful and kind of a great way to make it look like you've got a long line bra but you're not wearing a long line bra, which can be really good if you are perhaps like me and have a short torso which don't have a lot of space for a long line, or you just don't like long lines but you want the look of one. So it's a great way to fake it. But yeah, really nice amount of very soft, very, very pretty lace there. And then our last piece of lace is a beautiful embroidered one. And I'm going to hold it up or fold it up so you can see the color a bit better. So it's kind of a eggplanty kind of browny tone here, like brown with a hint of purple kind of thing, and then all embroidered with the scalloped edge. And the color's much more solid looking with when it's all folded. So when I unfold, you can see all the delicate embroidery, and the embroidery is done with a matte thread, so it looks less shiny than regular embroidery thread is, but then this kind of light pale gold is in the shiny thread, so it's a nice kind of contrast between matte and shine in the actual embroidery of the piece as well. So it's really lovely, single-sided. Looks like all the flowers go one direction, so you won't be able to mirror your pieces. So just maybe think about centering your flower if you're cutting matching cup pieces so that it looks more symmetrical. Or if you are very worried about symmetry, maybe cut it in such a way so that it won't distract you or make you feel bad that things don't exactly match. But no, really pretty, great colors, and I like this contrast between matte and shine. So lots of really interesting things and a really interesting color choice this month. Really very different colors to what we have seen before, and I think that's kind of nice because it's always good to try something new, and sometimes you'll find a color that you're like, I never would have bought that, and it looks perfect on you. So I think different colors are always really good for that. Okay, that's everything in the box. Thanks so much for listening to me talk about all of the things in this month's box. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. You can support me on Patreon, where we'll be seeing videos and patterns coming out, and more things as well as we kind of move into the year, and fingers crossed no more disasters befall us all. Okay, thanks so much, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.